Sometimes today I think people talk in very interesting ways. You hear people say, we got pregnant by accident. And I always think, really? Like, were you walking under a tree? It's only one way I know of to get pregnant, and it's hard to do by accident. In fact, when you get pregnant, it's because something went right in the way that God's design is for life and love, not because something went wrong. You see, the Catholic Church understands that the gift of human life is part of the essential aspect of marriage. This is why at every marriage we always ask a couple, are you open to new life? Unless, of course, the couple's obviously beyond childbearing age. We ask them that because being open to new life is part of what it means to being open to a covenant. You see, marriage is a covenant, and that reality comes to us from the Bible. A covenant is a total gift of myself, and that gift is what God gives to us. We see this all the time in the Bible. Even we see it in the Eucharist when Jesus says, "This is my body given for you. This is my blood poured out for you." That's a covenant, and we're invited to respond by the gift of ourselves. In this way, marriage is a covenant too, and it means that a husband and wife are completely open to each other, and the marriage act is really at the heart of this covenant. Here's the place where the husband and wife surrender themselves completely to each other, and they also surrender their ability to be a father or a mother, and they proclaim that I want to give myself to you totally. And here's the beauty of married love. Married love is so real that when you express it 9 months later, you might have to give it a name. This is the power of what happens in marriage and how we can cooperate with God's plan for bringing children into the world. Now, the church also recognizes that we have to be responsible parents, and that a couple may have good reason for not bringing children into the world at this time. And so NFP allows you to cooperate with the way God made your body and with the way God made married love, and not to act directly against it. Natural family planning allows a couple to embrace the call to be fruitful and to be open to God's plan. Unlike contraception, NFP is always in collaboration with the way God made us, where contraception works directly against it. NFP actually cultivates the relationship between the couple because it requires an ongoing dialogue. One has to mutually discern, is this a time when we can and should be open to life or not? In this way, NFP demands self-discipline. It teaches sacrificial love. NFP always treats the other person as if they were a loving partner and not just an object of my pleasure. In this way, it respects the dignity of the human person, and it strengthens the marriage bond, even when it requires that a couple abstain from sexual relations for some time, because they do that out of love and respect for each other and for God. And finally, and I think one of the most important things, NFP teaches trust in God's providence. We're not completely in charge of human life. God is. And when we use natural family planning, we stay open to God's plan and to the way that God works. He's the author of life. Of course, this is one of the difficult things about NFP. It requires that I continue to grow in trust and in surrender to God, just as I grow in trust and surrender to my spouse. To summarize, NFP wants to help you say yes to your marriage vow. On the day of your wedding, you said you were open to God's plan for marriage by being open to life. NFP wants to help you do that in a responsible way. And for this reason, we hope you'll continue to check out our resources on natural family planning at the Diocese of Crookston. Thank you, and God bless you.